Speaker of the House John Bercow yesterday urged Mr. Davis to make his appearance before the Brexit Select Committee on urgent priority following complaints that material from the reports has been redacted. Ministers were initially given 3 weeks to release the documents after a binding motion was passed unopposed in the Commons. The papers were finally handed over to the committee on Monday, but opposition MPs, including committee chairman Hilary Benn, suggest the apparent decision to withhold details could amount to a breach of privilege. Writing to Mr. Davis to acknowledge the receipt of the documents, the Leeds Central MP expressed concern that the cabinet minister had sought not to include commercially and negotiation-sensitive information. This is both contrary to the instruction given to the government in that binding motion and to the clear expectations that I set out to you in our discussions, Mr. Benn said. He went on to warn that the committee will now need to consider whether this amounts to a breach of privilege before asking Mr. Davis to appear before the committee to discuss the decisions you reached about the content of the material released to us, given the importance of this issue. I would appreciate it if you could make ourselves available as a matter of urgency, he added. The documents were initially thought to consist of 58 individual studies detailing the economic impact of Brexit on different sectors. Labour passed an Opposition Day motion calling for these to be made available to Parliament earlier this month. The Select Committee has since confirmed the receipt of an 850-page file, but in a letter sent to Mr. Benn on Monday, Mr. Davis stressed that the government was not prepared to release information that would undermine Brexit negotiations. Tabling an urgent question yesterday afternoon, Shadow Brexit Secretary Keir Starmer accused ministers of failing to comply with the terms of the Labour motion. He asked Mr. Bercow to rule on whether the Brexit Department's response amounted to contempt of Parliament. The Speaker said he was unable to consider allegations of contempt in the chamber, but assured MPs that if accusations were made in writing he would respond promptly. I hope the House knows me well enough to know that I will do my duty, he said. He went on to urge Mr. Davis to respond to requests to meet with the Brexit Select Committee very soon. Nothing, no commitment, no other diarised engagement is more important, he stated.